I'm just imagining Justin Sun sort of on a boat in rocky seas, doing what he can to make sure that everything keeps chugging ahead. Now, this is about USDD, which is an algorithmic stablecoin inspired by UST. And we all know what happened to UST. UST depegged, ultimately entered a death spiral, and that was that. Tons of value was wiped out of the market last month. Now, USDD is a similar mechanic. Instead of burning Luna to keep UST at its $1 peg, USDD burns Tron to do the same thing. And it's been slipping off its peg. So here we have Justin Sun just marshaling vast resources, getting some funds out in the market, pulling some funds off of exchanges, all in a bid to keep USDD afloat and the dream of algorithmic stablecoins alive. It is wild to see this happening. Justin Sun, I think, thrives in the chaos and is even having a bit of fun on Twitter with it, copying wholesale tweets from Do Kwon from last month's sad episode with the UST collapse. I'm going to throw this straight to Will for his thoughts on what is going on with Tron and Justin Sun right now.
This is a fantastic sideshow with all the Celsius stuff going on, the 3 Arrows Capital. Like, I love that Justin Sun always comes in with like a little thing to watch while the other fireworks is going off. We can go to this like sideshow and watch the burning building happening here. With USDD, it's interesting that it's like, yes, like a copy and paste, right? And happened right before the explosion with the Terra Luna debacle in May. They started building this as a classic Justin Sun move, right? He copy and pasted Ethereum, he copy and pasted Uniswap, and now he's copy and pasted Terra Luna, except that was probably the wrong thing to copy and paste, and now they're really, really in a deep hole. But to your point, Zach, he's having a lot of fun with it at the very least. Like, they're committed a lot of money to it, $2 billion to stabilize the peg, and they're keeping up with it so far. I'm wondering what's going to happen, right? It seems like there's a lot of USDC behind USDD also, so it's a asset-backed stablecoin is now backing this algorithmic stablecoin. And I'm wondering if investors look at that and say like, oh, okay, there's probably like a pairing 1-to-1. There might not be as much slippage there, but we don't know yet, right? We have to wait and see. A lot of people didn't think the Terra Luna debacle could happen, but that exploded quite quickly. Jen, I'll throw it over to you.
Yeah, I have a question for you, Will. The question is like, how sustainable is this? Like, can we just expect the same fate as UST in the long run? And I want to, before you answer that, read this quote. So Justin Sun was on First Mover about a month ago, and he had just released this. And he said, if I was Do Kwon, I would have taken care of the situation in a much more careful way. He then said he's thankful for the learning experience of UST's dramatic end. I feel like it's kind of gold reading that a month later, because it just feels like the same thing is happening. So I don't know. Tell me, how sustainable is this?
Ooh, how sustainable? I think we're finding out right now, right? So they're deploying a ton of money. $2 billion is quite a bit of capital. Of course, that's what the LFG did back in May as well, right? They committed a ton of money to stabilize the peg, and it didn't work out, right? It went down 99%, and then they had to hard fork the token, and now the project is basically completely gone. So short answer is I don't think this is very stable at all, and I don't see it stabilizing, especially with all the other macro headwinds we're hitting right now. Zach?
Yeah, Justin Sun remains just a mega crypto whale, right? He's reportedly worth some billions, many billions, and he's, again, marshaling quite a few resources to make this USDD thing work. I mean, I think all former examples of this would indicate that it is not sustainable, and that should these broader headwinds continue, the boat of USDD is going to sink. But Justin Sun is doing everything he can to make sure that that's not going to happen, and we'll just have to wait and see to see if it does. Past examples from UST to Basis Cash, all sorts of algorithmic stablecoins have yet to master this dance. But here we are in this market, seeing Justin Sun and Tron DAO trying to make it work. So it's really interesting to watch, and it's just going to be interesting to see if it's another devastating blow up, or if somehow they can pull it out here. But we'll see. Jen.
I guarantee Gary Gensler is watching this so closely, waiting for something to happen.
I think it's going to inform, the stablecoin regulatory conversation, right? And hopefully that degree of nuance as it relates to asset-backed versus algorithmic stablecoins ends up in whatever regulation comes forth, right? I think that regulators and central bankers are more and more and more aware of stablecoins, especially as they reckon with their own CBDC plans. So that degree of nuance and distinction between the various types of stablecoins in the market better be there. One would hope at least, but you never know. Will, saw your hand up.
Yeah, I got siren going by, so just wait a second. The one thing I'm interested in finding out is how much this is going to destroy Justin Sun's reputation already. I feel like he's just known as like the rogue copy pasta guy who just like takes whatever he wants and somehow survives. Like he's almost, I shouldn't go too far on the show, but I have some strong opinions about the guy. Somehow he always manages to stay afloat through market cycles with huge bags. So like, is this like the death knell for him, or does he continue through this? And like he made it through all the last cycles, he's made it through so many different episodes, and yet he continues to be winning, stay winning. Also, he has like that Bermuda or like the Bahamas, like green pass or whatever he's got. So there's that, right? Is he safe if something bad happens? Unlike Doquan?
Grenada.
There we go.
It's Grenada. It's Grenada.
There we go.
It's Grenada.
Come on.
I'm betting on the showman here. I'm betting on Justin Sun to stay winning. This man loves the drama.
Winning.
He is not bowing down. He's doing the steady lads tweet from Do Kwon. He's literally copying and pasting the Do Kwon tweet. He knows the joke. He's in on it.
He's so good.
I'm betting on Justin Sun here.
When
We're just gonna have to watch it.
When do we get the Justin Sun movie or like Netflix series?
After the Celsius movie. After the Celsius movie, we've seen some good tweets
Celsius
about a Celsius movie. That'd be a good one.